That's how we end it. I guess they're setting up this whole Nicholas Scratch person. I guess it's supposed to be Agatha's kid. So they're setting that up, and they're also telling a little bit of history on who the Salem 7 are. And then, of course, we get the Salem 7 going into the Witch's Road. And the Witch's Road is open because they left the door open, apparently. How do you close it? No idea. They just left it open, and they just figured it out. So the Salem 7 are now on their tails, and their only way they can get away from them is to get to the next trial. So they craft brooms. And then they have to do this ritual to get the brooms to fly. So they have to, they said it has to be like a selfless action. And there's some little funny quips about it being too passe, too holiday-ish, Halloween-ish to really be usable anymore. So there's a little bit of camaraderie between the protection witch and the teen, because she wants to do the ritual with him, and then all of a sudden they just all know how to fly. Pretty funny parts with Aubrey Plaza really playing up her character, especially when they're falling from the sky. The road grabs them and takes them back down to the road itself. Aubrey Plaza lets out like a witch's wail. It's kind of funny. Of course, we then go to the next trial, and I was wrong. It turns out the next trial is actually Agatha's. I thought it was going to be the psychic lady, the premonition lady, but it turns out this one's on Agatha, and it has to do with her past. It has to do with the Nicholas character. It also has to do with her mother, and it has to do with her power and her ability, which is to basically steal the power and life force from the people who attack her. Now, if you're a witch, I guess you always attack, so light beams. So anyways, we do this whole Ouija portion, and this might be the scariest that this show has been. Agatha is possessed by the spirit of her mother. Of course, in the early flashback, we got a flashback to the WandaVision show where it shows the witches of Salem trying to destroy Agatha, and Agatha is able to basically steal their life force and kill them all. So we all know now that that is her power, that's her ability, and we know that from WandaVision, we know that here. So that's why she wanted to be blasted in the first or the second episode to give her power to go into the Witch's Road. That was the second episode. So she said, "Blast me, you bitches," and then none of them do so because that's what they wanted. So here we go into this episode. There's a Ouija sequence. There's about 7 minutes of filler of Agatha pretending to be possessed by the lady who died. I don't know if that was supposed to be just like a funny little thingy. That way when we get into the real possession, you can tell that this is a lot different. The Ouija board's moving more violently. It is supposedly they're speaking to death. The funny part is that Aubrey Plaza, when it spells death, she lets out a little chuckle. So maybe she knows who that really is, and they're calling themselves Death, and it is Agatha's mom. In any case, the rule is you're not supposed to break the circle. Agatha breaks the circle. She then gets possessed. A spirit is released, and it's Agatha's mom, who then possesses her body. The possessed body, I forgot to mention that they were going to punish Agatha. So the whole point was the Ouija board was asking to punish Agatha. So the other witches of the coven were going to punish her some way, somehow. And we see there Agatha is possessed. So she's possessed by her mother, and for some reason she goes after Jennifer Kale, who she then chokes. They hired some gymnast to do some maneuvers, I guess, walk a little crabby-legged, creepy. She then chokes Jennifer Kale, who is then stopped by the light. I guess you can't have lights on and be a spirit. In any case, the ghost comes out, reveals herself to be Agatha's mom, who is asking them to kill Agatha and do what they were trying to do a while ago. Agatha then just says, like, "Why do you hate me so much?" And then her mom is like, "You were evil since the day you were born. I should have killed you as soon as you left my womb." Pretty effed up S right there. And they kind of feel, I don't know if they feel sympathy for her, but Aubrey Plaza's character, Rio Vidal, basically says, you know, no one's gonna kill her except for me. And they even say, like, we were about to slit her throat, and she's like, yeah, but that was me, like, nah, I get to do it. So then, she's trying to say, save me, she gets possessed again, turned into zombie lady, and then the protection witch starts to blast her. And when she starts to blast her, the power just keeps flowing. The ghost leaves, and then Agatha just can't control herself. She then absorbs the power. She's absorbing all of the power, all the life force. To me, it's kind of like, of course, a drug abuser, you know, drug user who gets the taste once again and just can't stop themselves. She can't stop herself. And at one point, you kind of do see her face right here, like she just feels elated. She's elated. Now the teen goes over to the Ouija board, and the Ouija board says Nicholas. So then he says the name, which then beats the maze, beats the the escape room. He says the name right here, which then turns Agatha around. So that is her son, in my opinion. That's her son. So it took her out of the frame of mind, and they are released from the escape room. Unfortunately, she didn't make it. The protection witch didn't make it. She is dead. The teen, he's trying to be a good dude. He's trying to be a good guy. He says there has to be something that is done. And all the other witches are like, death comes for us all. Nothing we can do. He's trying his best, and he actually is mad at Agatha. He tells her to back the fuck off. You know, it's your fault. You couldn't just control yourself, could you? She's gone. Agatha then is out in the wilderness. She is enjoying her power again. She's starting to feel like herself again. And then the teen comes out and confronts her. He confronts her. He is like, you're just a piece of junk, blah, blah, blah. And she's kind of pretending, but he says it's always about power with you, isn't it? And the other two witches are like, yeah, it's all about power. We're going to be surviving. We're moving on. She's dead. Nothing else to do. And he's all like, is that what it's about, huh? This is about power, nothing else. You guys don't care about anybody. And Agatha kind of does show her true self right here. And she also shows that she knows who he is. So has she been playing you and I this whole time? Has she been lying to you, me, the viewers, and the other people on the road? She says, are you sure? She then says to him, you're so much like your mother. In which then, I don't know if he knows who he is the whole time. This part is kind of confusing to me. So maybe he has been pretending to be someone this whole time, but something gets released in him, and she calls him pet one more time. Something gets released inside of him, and he starts to grow little sparky things, which he's able to control Jennifer Kale and the Premonition Witch. You see little sparky sparkles? Oh, sparkles! Hey, sparkles!
Out of your fingers, was that like sparkles?
Hey, sparkle! He throws Agatha into a muck puddle. He then throws the other two into a muck puddle as well. They are thrown into a muck puddle, and then we see a shot of him showing off his crown. I wonder how much money they had to pay for the music rights of Billie Eilish's song "You Should See Me in a Crown," because that's what they played. Kind of cliche, kind of meh, if you ask me on the music choices. It's kind of whatever. But has he revealed himself to really be, spoilers, 3, 2, 1? Has he revealed himself to be Wiccan? Has he revealed himself to be Wanda's son? Was he pretending to not know? I mean, he talked about his parents. Was he pretending that she didn't know and she knows the whole time? Not quite sure. Not quite sure. Because she kind of... Maybe she's just guessing. Maybe she's guessing who he is the whole time. Maybe she put it together, who he is, based off of what he was saying. I guess there was some clues into how he was saying it, but otherwise, it's a very short episode. What did we learn? I guess we learned that all of them aren't good. We learned that all of them are just in it for their own selfish reasons, their own power. and maybe they're meant for each other in the coven, and maybe the teen or Wiccan is the one who is, I don't know, a good witch. Good witch. Anyways, I'm not sure how I feel about the episode. It's like little horror elements. I thought maybe, you know, maybe we're gonna see a new turn with Agatha, but it looks like once she gets a taste of that power again, she just becomes her same person again. So is it the best thing on TV still? No, it's not. The quality of the CG is just kind of lackluster. It looks all right. It's hokey. It's a little bit of a different thing than Marvel stuff. It looks like this might be our first introduction into more Marvel-like people, more Marvel-like stuff in the show. So kind of excited to see that. But other than that, it's like, I don't know. Really, again, not much else to talk about. You saw how the witches are. The witches were ready to punish Agatha. They were ready to do whatever they could to get power. And maybe this is going to turn out a little bit differently than I expected. I expected just them to keep going to different houses and escape rooms. Maybe now this throws a wrench into what the road had before them. And now maybe this character, the teen, Wiccan, Billy, maybe he is now kind of running the game. He is the son of Wanda. He has magic powers. Has he been hiding them the whole time? Has he just now found them again? It looks like he's been hiding them the whole time. That way he can kind of move amongst them. Also, he can't be a witch. It means he's a warlock or a Wiccan. I don't know. His name's Wiccan, but I'm gonna call him a warlock. It's a cool name. Was it a good episode? It was all right. Again, I wasn't really bored with it. It's very short. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Not a bad thing at all to have a little like sitcom length show in this Halloween season. I'm curious if it's going to link up to the larger Marvel universe. This is supposed to be the supernaturalness of the Marvel universe, so we're gonna see where it links up with the rest of it. If it doesn't, if it's just a one-off, maybe it's just introducing Wiccan and the whole occult part of Marvel, then that's fine too. That's fine too. And it looks like none of these characters are safe. Each of the characters are ready and willing to take each other out. So that's the one thing we learned about this. Also, we learned that Agatha's son, we learned that the mother, we already knew about the mother trying to kill her. And yeah, that's basically it. Let me know your thoughts on Agatha All Along, episode 5. We got 4 episodes left in this season. How you liking it? Are you not liking it? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. It really does help out the channel get pushed to new people, and I would greatly appreciate it. If you didn't like the video, thank you so much for watching so long, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao. I never know how to end these. Goodbye. Good night. Good day.